will be catching up in just a minute. I'm here with the Lavender Lady and Sylvia. Oh, she's so feisty today. Hi,
So what else is
honey. So
what?
today we are doing our fundraising thing for Ansgar Odinson and Growly Bite Bite. I'm sure everybody in here knows. I'm looking at the chat. We've got Dave Critical Cripple. We've got Nerdy Rodent, Spooky Bed Hair. Hi,
Boy.
y'all. So
And
the notifications should be going out, and we should get some more folks in here. So I don't want to get into anything too serious until we get a few more folks in here to watch.
there we go. And
And
as far as that goes, let's do a little fundraising right now. Let's see, it starts out here and then it goes up there, and we're raising funds. Okay, you can shut up now, Clarion.
You're so clever. Thank you, Dave, for posting the links. You rock, buddy. Sweet. We got some great shillers in this group too.
Oh my! I have to actually go to the tubes of the U variety and see what's going on.
In the StreamYard, you should be able to get the chat to come up where you can see it, but it doesn't let you respond in here. You do have to go pop out the YouTube chat to be able to respond in the chat. So it lets me, because I'm the host. La 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 la. I'm all kind of happy today. Things are going good. My house painting is almost finished. The gutter guy came by today, and I did really good. I didn't have a. I had already chosen a color for the gutters before I chose the color for the paint
Okay,
because the
then.
gutters came in fewer varieties of color, right, than the paint does. So I had chosen a color for the gutters. I go to find paint, and all I have in my head is it's just in my head the color of the gutter. I don't have a swatch with me or anything to compare. So I picked the color that I thought would be not necessarily matchy matchy, but at least complementary in the same warm hue zone, right?
There you are.
And it turned out really good. I'm so happy I did good. The browns look
Yeah,
good
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it used to be this horrible teal green color, very bright. And it just looks so much warmer and inviting now.
Honey, what are you doing? Why are you trying to eat my pill case?
Oh, thank you, Spooky. I'm wearing my disco ball earrings today. I need to repaint them. They're in kind of rough shape. But I was gonna wear my hat, but it doesn't work so good with the headphones. They're too big. And the
Oh
hat just
no,
doesn't.
not good, not good, not
I'll
good.
put the hat on. See, it just doesn't. It doesn't work. Let's see. So pull it down here.
Let's try that and let's see if we can.
It's not working.
Right, now we're talking. What is that? A little bit of Mardi Gras there over there?
Oh,
Right.
hang on. Let me pull this thing off this way.
Wow. Wow.
I'm probably making all kinds of god awful noise. I'm sorry. Now this is my sparkly diva. Lights up. You see the little blinky lights? Blink, 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 blink. Yeah. I do that when I don't want to fix the hair.
Okay, that works. That works all right.
Hairdo by hat. So where is everybody? Come along, my peoples. I have
Yeah, we've
posted
got
the link.
4 watching now, and I see that.
Oh, Ansgar's on his way. Okay, good
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
There he is. Da, da, da. It is Hatman! Woohoo!
Hey, sweetness.
Hi, honey. Did you
Have I
get a
seen you
little
somewhere
rest?
before?
What's that?
Have I seen you somewhere before?
Maybe a couple places. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Did you get a little rest, my dear?
I
At all?
did,
Good.
and it was really, really nice. Oh,
Yes.
it was nice to get some. Whoa, it was nice to get some actual sleep.
An earthquake over there.
Just me smacking things on my desk, being graceful. so graceful.
Little one, please be good. Please.
How are you all this morning?
Doing pretty good. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here.
It just turned
I
noon here.
have had lots of coffee and a shower and food, and I'm ready to go.
It's amazing what coffee in a shower will do.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I stayed up way too late last night with purple rhymes with orange,
Well,
but enjoyed it still very much. Huh?
You almost cannot avoid that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
just
I'm
is.
on the purple streams. You just don't up all freaking night.
Yeah, but they're so organic. Like that's why your stuff and his stuff is so long. 4 or 5 hours and stuff because the conversations just flow and they keep going and going and going, and it's just
and you
a
really
bunch of cool people hanging out together.
You don't really know where to bring the guillotine down as far as that goes.
Right.
Which ends up. I've already had 7 or 8 hour live streams going, and
Oh yeah.
it's almost to the point where some of the audience expect that shit. And it's like, hey, look, I haven't had sleep in I don't know how long.
Right. It's like it's like a slumber party where, okay, who's gonna give up first, and what are we gonna do to them when they pass out?
Well, this coming Sunday is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have to shut down things early because early freaking Monday morning I've got to go for that biopsy.
Yeah.
I hope that goes well.
We're going to see what happens. They want me there at 07:30 hours, which means I've got to catch my ride at 06:30 hours, which means I've got to be up at like 0400. It's going to be
Oh my goodness.
And it takes me that long to become conscious, when I was getting enough. Well, actually, I would not be able to get enough coffee in me because I have to refrain from food and drink from midnight to the time of the procedure, which is 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's no fun.
wow.
Having to fast before surgery. That's no fun at all.
None.
They usually say you can have just enough water to take any meds you're supposed to take, or they'll tell you not to take your meds, or
they told me don't bother with the meds. It's okay. At least it's not, well. I was going to say at least it's not something. What is it? Life affirming, but yes, it is something life affirming. And my GP and I are having a little bit of a discussion about one of those. Okay, thank you, Becky.
See, Spooky, I knew that. Like, I'm really bad at time zones, but I do know that y'all are just far enough ahead of me that this was going to be like prime time in the UK. So tweet it, share it, get your friends in here.
Speaking of which, it put up the link for the actual stream so I can tweet it out.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay, with the live stream, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get that.
So I can tell people come watch you lovely people.
And I'm going to drop it here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
What you can do is just go to share, hit share, and choose the destination of your choice. Like,
I see.
Yeah, under the YouTube video there.
Here, and even add a little something to it, like get in here.
Now. Oh, Dave, honey, you're just a baby. It says, I'm in my 40s. It's bedtime. Well.
And there we go. We went tweet.
So you eat supper at 4 p.m. too? At Denny's?
Oh, my word. Eat supper at 4. That's okay. When I was growing up, it was a little bit later than that. It would be not that long after coming home from school, say 5:30, 6 p.m. Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that kind of like a running joke, the senior special, the early to word special, and The seniors are already in there having dinner at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon because they're going to be in bed by 7.
Oh my! I hope I never get that old.
Gotta get
Well,
home
no,
by
I
4 in
won't
case it gets
get that old.
dark.
We're already we know about that one already.
Dave, are you afraid of the dark too?
Oh, fish and chips. Oh man, jealous,
Mm.
jealous, jealous.
I have never had true British fish and chips before. That would be awesome.
It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty sure you can't get that in Texas, at least not anywhere close to where I'm at.
There's a couple British pubs, like authentic British pubs in California that I've been to that have some really decent fish and chips.
Yeah.
Really decent, yeah, good stuff. But you gotta have it with vinegar.
Yes,
Tartar sauces for the chips.
the malt vinegar.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm curious, Vicky. Is fish and chips that way? Is it battered or is it breaded fish?
I believe it's battered, isn't it?
Yes, it's a battered cod with, and then of course what we would call steak fries.
So the closest I've ever gotten is Long John Silver's.
But you
Just
did
a
not.
Gordon's fisherman.
You did not have Arthur Treacher's fish and chips.
I've never heard of that. No.
Okay, it made an appearance in Cleveland for a few years when I was a girl, and then it disappeared. I don't know whatever happened to it. It was about the closest you were going to get to actual fish and chips out of a U.S. chain.
Yeah.
They're when they first opened at the location that the Slimy Bastards used to go to, they had this little thing. They'd give you a hay penny with each of the fish and chips orders. And my being a coin collector at the time was really cool.
That is awesome.
Okay.
Philip Lorick says a beer batter. Yeah, that is one of the more traditional ways to do it is with a beer batter, but it doesn't always have to be. That's definitely the best way to have it is beer battered cod.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and you have it with something like a nice dark ale, or maybe even you could go all the way up to a Guinness with your fish and chips.
Oh wow,
good stuff.
Oh hi, Philip. I haven't seen you in a while. He's
What
one of my karaoke buddies.
An Imperial Stout. That's a good one too.
I tell you, Aaron got some of that in Kentucky when we did the Ark Encounter protest, and that shit's got a kick to it. The stuff he brought in was 17%, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've had a coffee stout. That was quite excellent. And I think what they do is they basically I think it has something to do with like they use a barrel with that's been stained essentially with coffee. But anyways, it has like notes of coffee flavor in the stout. That was really quite excellent.
Oh look, it's Faye. Hi Faye. Yay!
Hey, and Nadine.
My girls. Get in here.
Yeah, by all means.
Some wonderful people.
Faye is an absolute sweetie. I love her dearly.
She organized like all of this, really. I mean, maybe she wasn't the one organizing it on paper, but she was the one that came up with the idea on how to do all this stuff. So,
oh look, it's a Nadine. I may want to talk to you later, Nadine, concerning the Rowley's stream.
Oh yeah.
Pencil me in on that one, would you?
Stream.
So many of them. But you know, I mean, like as tired as I've been, and not very much sleep. I've gotten to like spend hours and hours and hours hanging out with some of the coolest people I have ever met. So it has
Well,
been a
thank you.
huge bonus.
Oh, look, there she is. Hello, dear.
Hey,
Hi.
darling.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Is the big question.
I'm excellent.
Good.
I don't know if I can take much credit for the fundraiser though.
Well, you were the one that first started really reaching out to other people. Like
This is
Atheist Snail
all
was
your fault.
seriously like Atheist Snail was the one that said, "Okay, you've got to put up a fundraiser. You've got to put up. Just do it, do it, do it. We want to help you." And so I eventually did it, and you were the one that was like, "Okay, I'm going to start contacting YouTubers, and I'm going to get this person, and I'm going to get that person, and hey, we should do a raffle." And you know what I mean? Like you really made that stuff happen. So
Oh,
absolutely
thank
take the
you.
credit.
All right, I'll take the credit for being
Okay.
observant on how other people have done it. Sure.
I was lost. So I mean, seriously, I was lost.
Well,
You
I have a
are
feeling we're
first
going to have a
love.
very successful weekend towards this. And
We're
hopefully I
over
didn't just
halfway.
jinx ourselves. Yeah, we're over
Yep.
half.
Wait a
That's
minute.
awesome.
Wait a minute. Is that the combination of the GoFundMe
Yeah.
and PayPal? Okay. So we don't necessarily see the PayPal number. It's
No,
just
I wish I
GoFundMe.
could show it to you somehow other than screen caps. But right now, I can get you the PayPal numbers right now because I just recently got another $50 donation.
All right.
Yeah, let's get us the
Yes.
total here.
Let's see. Let's get the total here. So the total on PayPal, and I underestimated it, but the total on PayPal is up to $1,105.
Which is
Wow.
great.
Yeah. In
That's
Well,
fact,
awesome.
as I said, let's just focus on the GoFundMe though,
mhm.
because that is the thing. I mean, yes, we can add the PayPal to it, and that's not a problem, but very rarely do GoFundMe's actually meet the mark.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
for
Well,
poor Doc Fearsome, we only got halfway. But Doc, unlike you, can't sit in front of a camera and do his thing and blah blah blah. And when people aren't on camera, I hate to say it, I think people tend to feel less connection to them.
yeah,
Well,
you have the point there. Yeah.
there's something about being able to look into someone's face and
Yeah.
see, you know, that they're a real human person, not just a symbol or an avatar.
Mm-hmm.
But there are those who have very good reasons for doing that too. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Angie,
I
I
can
want to
think of
top
one
like
right
that.
offhand.
do you like my sparkly duck?
I want to top like that.
It goes with my hat, but my hat doesn't fit on over my
Headset. Yeah.
headset. See, it blinks. It's got lights on it.
Oh, wow.
Over here.
I forgot to turn it off. God, I'm gonna run the battery down.
Oh, wow.
I have another one. It's gold.
I want a
but it
sparkly
doesn't
top
light up.
like that.
What one of the problems that we've been having actually is getting people to accept raffle tickets, and not because they don't like the things, but no, they we're getting these large donations, and I'm like, please, I know there's things in here you'd like, just take the. They're like, no, I don't want anything for it. I just want to give. I'm almost at the
That's
point like, how do we
okay.
force people to take the tickets?
Nah,
Well,
No,
nah.
allow people to be
Yeah.
as generous as they want.
Yes.
They're doing this because they care,
Right.
and that's the thing. It's kind of I'm kind of okay. Not to bring anything down, but I'm kind of surprised that after 6 to 7 months worth of negativity from Twitter and the community being stressed and pulled, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is what we needed. Your bad luck in order to, I don't know, get
mm,
enthusiastic about the kindness of the people we associate with, because this is an example of the kindness that we need.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I
And
think your idea for a fundraising channel is a great idea.
Yes.
I had some really neat ideas about that. I don't know if everyone would be on board, but I kind of have some like organizational like things to.
Count me in, honey.
Okay.
I will help.
Yay!
will it be like Queen for a day? Somebody
Quite
here remembers
possibly.
that.
Quite possibly. You see, the difficult thing is a lot of YouTubers would like to be involved in things, but maybe their channel doesn't do fundraisers, so they don't want to mix messages or. And I think that having a fundraiser channel just for that designation
Yes.
might help with everything. So,
Well, one of the things I've seen too is and the fundraising channel might really help with that sort of separation was there were some people that reached out to some larger YouTubers, and because of the drama that was going on with my fundraiser, there were some larger YouTubers that said, no, we just can't touch it. I'm sorry, we can't get involved. But if
Yeah.
they were on another channel separate from their own channel and just
right.
helping out, that might give them some more, distance from something like this. Because you know what, anytime somebody reaches out for help, and I've seen it over and over again, there's always that one person that has to try and kick someone in the teeth while they're down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
and that pissed me off when that hit the Twitter feed, and I think I'll just shut up now before I get us all into trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't
my,
need the details.
No,
Right.
yeah.
no.
My best
And
advice when something like that happens is to ignore it, block it, and walk away. If you respond, it just feeds it, and it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows.
Hmm.
for sure.
But
And I'm focusing on the positive. I mean, for every
yeah,
jerk out there, there's been like hundreds of people giving us messages telling
yeah,
us to, keep up, everything will be okay, you're loved, you know what I mean, and that kind of thing. So
right.
Hmm.
it's been pretty easy to focus on the positive once that kind of thing started happening.
Also,
Um,
the fundraiser channel, it's my hope that we'll be able to give people who want to do a fundraiser the stream key,
mhm.
and they can run it, the
Yeah,
way they
Oh
want,
yeah.
and
yeah.
and they can do their guests and blah blah blah, and they'll have a nice generic, separate
Channel.
place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I there's more ideas behind it, but this way it is more, I would say, useful for more people.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, the nice thing is it could even be separate from necessarily the atheist community. So
Right,
if
right.
That's my hope.
yeah, we could. I mean, there are some wonderful, generous Christian people who might not want to be associated with an atheist channel who might want to help out. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could do a fundraiser for Clear the List. That teacher
Hmm.
fundraiser to get teachers supplies and things like that. We can do
Okay,
some real
okay.
good in the world.
I'm down. If nothing else, I could do some hosting. If nothing else, I could do some art. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of us, and depending on, well, some of the details I probably shouldn't mention on YouTube because I don't know if they're possible, and we're gonna need some organization and Angie's magic and all kinds of things. But
The magic Angie over here.
I don't even know what that
I
means,
kind
but
of like
okay.
the I kind of like the idea of making it seem like a 1960s or 70s variety show. Like theme it like an
Like
old time
Oh
laughing.
no,
variety
not
show.
Jerry's Kids. No,
no,
no.
I was thinking
No,
more
no,
of
no.
1940s, more like burlesque.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah.
More in my art style, but yeah.
Well, if
That's
you're
funny.
willing to do some steampunky type of backgrounds,
Sure.
and we could even
Me
put up
do
a fake
steampunk
state.
backgrounds? No,
Yeah.
never, never.
No,
I'd hate that.
Ansgar would not do that. Never, never in a million years. No, not happening.
But seriously, we could do some really, we could do some good in the world, and we
And
could
there's
help a lot of people who don't have to suffer, not suffer, and that's important. Like today, I found out Stackers and Jags has 2 weeks to move and no automobile.
oh no.
Oh
Holy
no.
fucking
He
shit.
tweeted
Oh
it out, so
no.
I know I'm not like revealing anything, but I'm sitting there going, no, why?
It's
So I don't know.
God
I
dang
don't
it.
know the details. I've
If
been out all
nothing
morning.
else,
I had to take someone to the hospital.
if
So
nothing else, we have got to tweet out and see if there's someone in the area with a vehicle willing to help.
Yeah,
You know what I
or
mean?
maybe he has family he hasn't asked, or a coworker he hasn't
Let's hope.
asked. But let's hold out a little. I don't know any details. I don't know if he's planning on renting a U-Haul. I don't know, but I don't like the idea that someone is powerless against
Yeah.
Yeah.
circumstance, because he's got kids too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it two?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't usually pay attention to the amount of spawn people have. You know, I'm not that fond of children, but I do care whether or not children are miserable.
I
Especially
love
for
them with
dragons.
fava beans in a white wine.
Nice Chianti.
Yeah, nice County, that's it.
Oh, Angie, I was on cloud nine when I woke up and found out that the grandkids like the recipe I gave you yesterday. By the way,
Oh my gosh. I
Oops, Angie, you're starting to break up.
you're
right, but I
roboting.
oh shit. Oh honey, what are you doing there? Are you
Oh no, she's
having to
roboting.
share?
Yeah, she's roboting bad.
Yeah, we do not want her breaking over there.
Yeah, well, yesterday I gave her one of my grandmother's recipes, and apparently she tried it with the kids, and it worked.
Hey, how do you like
That's
that?
awesome.
Okay, is this better?
Yes.
So far, so
Okay.
good.
Awesome, thank you.
Is
No,
it?
what I did, I cooked it a little, I think I had my pan too hot. I cooked them
Okay.
a little bit fast and they got a little dark. But
Yeah,
oh my
that's
gosh, they were
okay.
so good. It was like little meatloaves. It was delicious.
Is it my imagination, or am I full of shit? Or the kids, do they not appreciate novelty at the dinner table?
No, not at all.
And
Well, considering what I had her do with beef, it is novel what I had her do with beef, but it went over well.
I was the weird one when I was a girl. I'd eat anything, and I remember giving my aunt a look one day out the island. You know, when she's yeah, we're serving up potato pancakes, and I'm over. This isn't potato pan. Shut up! She was trying to get the two girls to eat fried zucchini. And I'm like,
Oh.
this is good, god damn it. You know, what's wrong with it? You know.
Well, mine aren't too picky, but they have their preferences like anybody does. Um, if they had their way, we'd have nothing but chicken nuggets and french fries and macaroni and cheese every day, but we can't do that. But they do like vegetables, and they both eat salad, which is so good. I
Yay,
can't
that's a
believe
good thing.
I have kids that will eat raw vegetables because my kids would not eat raw vegetables. They would eat cooked vegetables of any kind, but not the
Oh,
See,
raw
that's
I'm the
vegetables.
interesting.
opposite. I'll eat raw vegetables, but don't serve me cooked vegetables. Cooked vegetables are nasty.
Uh,
I'll eat them raw faster than I will eat them cooked.
Oh
When,
yeah.
when I was
I'll eat anything except sweet potatoes and bell peppers.
when I was young, I absolutely hated string beans because the only string beans I was ever served came out of a fresh like can where they were already, you know, boiled to shit when they were
Hmm.
packed. And then she would put them in a pot and boil the shit out of them further. It was like, you know,
Mush.
and boiled spinach and all this was like eating wet toilet paper. It wasn't until I was married and had a chance to have actual beans right off the vine in the backyard that I really, you know, came to
Yeah.
love beans, man. Um, but when I was young, I loved Brussels sprouts. Absolutely loved broccoli. I mean, I still do all of these
Hmm.
things. And you know, some of the weirdest things, you know, the other kids wouldn't get anywhere near. I was like, "Give me, you know, I'll do it." Corn, oh my god, I could eat that by the pound.
I love Brussels
You know, I
sprouts.
often did.
Squirrel.
Say again.
Squirrel. There's a squirrel. Get the squirrel. Sorry,
Hey, Faye,
distracted by squirrels.
did you see what Darth Calculus donated yesterday?
I don't remember, but I know that he did.
Okay, so this is one of the coolest things that I've seen so far. So he offered, he wants it to be like an auction, you know,
Uh huh.
to create a full suite of music for a YouTube channel. like
Oh,
intro everything,
mm,
customized to your tastes. And so far, the high donation is $300.
okay. It's still that particular donation. Okay.
Yes, it's still Kylie Bear who is leading the donations. But that is just one of the coolest things. And Mikey, or known on
Indeed.
Twitter as Mikey Famine, he is wanting to work to do charity work with the music too. Wanted to like work with him. So in the future, when we start this channel up, they might be people to talk to hey, do you want to do that once in a while? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we don't want to try to monopolize their time or anything, but
Yeah.
it's just an idea for creators in general. They could put up something that's like, okay, I could do this for your channel, almost like an auction.
I really wish that I had the pesos to get in on that bidding, but hey, what can I tell you?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. That would be something everybody wants, but yeah,
that's a
that's a little
YouTuber dream right there.
out of my budget yet. I don't even have enough subscribers to warrant such a thing anyway right now. So
I
I
mean,
got
the other
I
thing I'd
got some
love.
time, but I know that Faye and I need to pick Mikey's brain for the music stuff. I
Yeah,
bet you he could teach us what we need to know.
Mhm.
yeah, the other thing I'd love to be able to do is get into a bidding war just to drive the bids up. The problem is that when you do that without a firm basis to stand on,
Right? You're
you
liable to end up.
damn bid because the other person drops out, and it's oops.
Well, and with donations, you don't get your bid back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because
I think that's absolutely incredible and totally worth the chance to get. I mean, wow.
yeah. But that would be a dream. I would love to have custom music for my Gothic puppet theater. That would be just
Oh
the
wow,
best,
yeah.
the absolute best. I think almost any YouTuber would love to have custom music for their channel. That's just cool.
I
That
want
is
to learn how
beyond
to.
cool.
Okay, Philip. Philip says, "How about a karaoke channel?" I don't know how the royalties things would work with that.
One of the issues you run into is, even if you got the royalties in line, you would have to be huge before you stopped getting hit by the automated system. So every other week, you would be putting in appeals to copyright strikes, because the automated system would just tag you every single time.
Well, see, I've already posted quite a few, and I've not had a strike or a problem. The processes with no issues.
You're you're
Um,
you're you're lucky, and you're also small. There's like this. Once you get to a certain number of subscribers, the algorithms pay more attention to your channel, right?
Yeah.
When you're
right,
getting more watch hours, but you're not yet at the level where appeals are instant, and you're not
yeah,
yet at the level where you have a direct line to YouTube. And so
right.
you might spend a month waiting for your channel to be able to even stream again. And so yeah, it's a real pain.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky that I'm legit because I have member of ASCAP and BMI, and which means I'm legit to play music for entertainment purposes and can do it to get paid.
Awesome.
I have proof of purchase of every single karaoke song that I own. So I'm one of the few truly legit karaoke DJs anymore. So
Awesome.
there's too
That's
much
awesome.
pirating going on, but I
So,
prefer to be
so
legal.
even in the bar circuit, there's the whole pirating thing going on. Then.
Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can go rip music off of YouTube. You can buy music from non-reputable sites too, and you think you're getting a properly licensed copy of the song, but you're really not. You're getting somebody who's made 15 copies of it, that they've pirated from somewhere else. And you got to be real careful where you get your music. Now, I will not deny that I do have, not karaoke music now, just like music. I have some music that I downloaded way back in the day when it was still legal, Napster and stuff like that. Uh, But I also have that music on disc. Like I went and got those songs because I didn't have a way to rip the disc that I had to put it on my computer. So I still technically have. Look, I bought the album. Here it is. I'm not selling it. I'm not
Mhm.
profiting. This is non-profit that we're doing right here anyway. But like the karaoke stuff that I've posted already, I know there's one that's been on there for 5 or 6 years, and it's a Queen song, and it's not. Nobody's paid any attention to it. It didn't get flagged at the very beginning, which I did try to make a video. Not gosh, it's been a long time ago, where I had edited together a bunch of clips of my kids, and I put music behind it. And as soon as I tried to start uploading it, it was like, nope, 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 you can't do that. You can't use that music. So it found it, it noticed it immediately. And I think I had 7 subscribers at the time. So I think it depends on the format of the song, how it's being presented and how it's being performed, how it's being used. There's a whole lot of nuances to that. So at the moment, nobody seems to care that I'm posting music. It's me singing anyway. So
Yeah, I know. With the stuff I was doing, and I have to get back into this when I was doing standalone edited videos. Um, the opening and closing themes, for example,
yeah,
would I'd always get the copyright claim. You know, say, we will let you use this, but there's no monetization for you.
right.
Um, that's, I guess, mainly because most of what I used was formal music. Beethoven
Yeah.
figured very prominently at Volkswagen, for example.
A lot of that's in the public domain anyway.
Well, the tunes themselves, it called them the pieces themselves are,
Yeah,
but performances are still under copyright.
that's true.
Yeah, so Cleveland under Fundraiser will have the copyright on that particular performance.
One of the game changers for karaoke in general, and that's led to so much piracy, is the ability to actually strip out the vocal channels of a song in real
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So you don't have to buy the karaoke version of a song anymore.
Right.
Well, that's been for a while because I think I remember one of the karaoke peoples at the local pub back when I was at uni doing that. And I was at uni in the early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a game. There was what was a Sega Saturn back in the '90s. Actually, had that ability built in as a video game system.
Yeah.
You could take out the audio channels, the vocals channels. So yeah, it's not exactly new technology.
No, not new. But people, your common guy behind a computer has more access to stuff like that now.
Mm-hmm.
Before you could only get a hold of, leveled track recording equipment in a fine studio or if you paid big bucks for it. But now you can do it with a free software you can download on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Philip says, I like your top hat.
Oh, thank you.
Ansgar's top hat.
Yeah, Philip is a super dude. He's actually one of my real life friends, and I get a real huge kick when he comes in here because he's a super guy. It's one of those humans that has no evil in them. If
That's
you get my
awesome,
drift,
man.
he's a super dude,
That's way awesome.
and he does a
Whoa.
fantastic Satchmo. What a wonderful world.
Does he?
Yes, he does. He does a great job at that.
That's awesome.
Back in the day, I could do a better Sinatra than Sinatra. I will say that.
Yeah.
Well,
And did it my way.
And I can't sing at all. Don't even ask. I mean, I'm not quite as bad as my wife, but
Oh.
my voice is not a war crime, but it is. But it's.
I remember saying that last night.
Yes.
Oh no, that would be a
okay,
war crime.
don't go growly the scream. Okay, just keep.
All right, Hans. Hans P.S. Hansen is here. More peoples. More peoples. Okay, so who's got a screenshot that they could share of the artwork and stuff?
Oh,
Ansgar, have you got something I could put up?
yeah,
Better have some of those on Scar. Get the advertising out there.
yeah, sure,
If you just click the share screen, it'll pop it up and I'll put it up where everybody can see it.
yeah. Let
One
me
day,
get.
Angie, you're gonna have to say "We're sweethearts" again for me.
Oh, that one you sent me?
Yeah, the dark one.
That so freaked me out.
I love that one.
I like the style of the song because it was
Start.
so weird. I wasn't expecting what it was. It kind of threw me for the first time I watched it.
All right, where
Oh,
is
I know
that?
one that'll freak you out more.
Share. Okay, so I have to share the entire screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
That's the way it works on this one.
gotcha. Okay, so if that's the case, whoops, that's not the one that I want to make full screen. I'm going to make this full screen. Okay, and then I will bring this into the foreground. Sorry, I'm just setting up
That's
my.
okay. That's all right. Just go ahead and do your little clicky clickies there until you get it
Composition
popped up, and
101
I'll put
here.
it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, Hans. I don't draw. I can't draw either. I can't draw. I can't dance. I can't run, jump, or do any kind of sports. I do music and hair art, and that's about it.
Oh no, it does allow me to do an application window. Look at
Does it?
that.
Okay.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, that makes it even easier. Okay, so that would be. Although it's not showing the pictures that I have open. Well, that's. So photos doesn't come across.
Or
Yeah.
have you?
All right, fine. All right. Well, we'll do it this way. We will go with the browser, and I will just show it off on Twitter.
Yay!
Or just cover over all the porn links up in the book.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
There's a button down at the bottom of the studio screen that we're in. It says share screen.
Yes, I know, but then it asked for an application window, but it wouldn't show the window that I wanted it to show. So I'm going to pick this. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Okay, so first of all, there are some video games like there is Von Helsing Final Cut. Then come on, back. Okay, I thought. Okay, here we go. Director AZ Arcater donated a. You can pick any Steam game worth up to $80. Steam game of your choice.
Nice.
We have Project Zomboid, which is only a $10 to buy a ticket for that, and it's a fun little zombie Steam game. And then donated by Alucard, we've got 2 Magic the Gathering cards, Liliana of the Veil. They are apparently certified pack fresh is the terminology I'm supposed to use. I'm not a card collector, so I didn't know that when I wrote excellent on the poster, but they are apparently pack fresh. And we've got a Force of Will. And then Atheist Snail will make you a blanket. You can choose one of these patterns and any color you want.
So cool.
If you win. And then I've got a bunch of art here. I've got some not safe for work stuff, but I've sent. And you're getting the original graphite stuff, so there will be no digital corrections. There'll be no colorization, because some of these I have color variants of that people have seen. And some of them I have in. I think there's 2 of them in here that have color in the examples.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's actually a panel from the comic book that I'm creating.
Oh,
What?
sorry.
What? You okay?
Cat just jumped at me.
I wondered if it was.
Cat attack.
So like this one,
Ukulele.
there's some color in it. You won't have the color, and you won't have any digital corrections, but you will have the original um, graphite drawing,
Yeah.
which actually are my favorites. But they don't scan perfectly. So
Okay.
once I scan them, I have to do some digital corrections to make them look closer to the original graphite. This is actually one of my favorites, and absolutely um, great for Halloween, in my opinion.
All right, somebody get on the line to Seth Andrews and let him know about that. He's a big Halloween fan.
We've actually already got a couple tickets for this one in.
Yay.
Yeah. And then there's also an X-Files poster, and I don't have pictures up right now of the back of it, but it's signed and numbered, which is very
Nice.
cool. And Faithless Pheasant will be very upset if you put in tickets for that. And then there is Resident Evil Deluxe Edition, Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition on Steam, and a homemade puzzle box. Puzzle cube. It's almost like a Rubik's cube, but not a cube. It's like a Rubik's pentagram.
Or something.
Yeah,
That's
kind of
cool.
cool. Yeah. So there you go. Those are all the different things that you can earn, and or you win. So when you donate for most of these $25 or more, we give you, well, we try to give you raffle tickets if you'll accept them. And this Saturday at the end of our big long what do you call it, marathon stream, when everyone's so tired we can't go any further, or we've reached our goal, we will then I will then take off my hat. Ooh, scalp reveal, sexy. And we will put all the names in the hat for each of the raffles, and we will have a fun little raffle and see who got all the fun things.
Which is awesome.
Yes, a very much awesome thing.
Yes, and we will announce the winner of the music auction too. Though I think that Kylie Bear is determined to win that one.
It looks that way, yeah.
Right?
Well, custom music for your channel. I mean,
Right?
holy.
Well, and she wants the story. I mean, I completely understand that. Like, not only do you get custom music for your channel, but she's like, I get to tell people that I help people out, this great story, and help,
Yeah.
And got custom music for my channel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's,
There's also another offer on the table, and this was a
Wow.
really interesting one. Yeah, this came in from. Let me pull up the details, because I don't. My memory is trash right now, especially. Let's see if I can find it.
don't worry about it. I've got the memory of an elephant. What's an elephant?
Nerdvardia says if somebody donates $200 or more, she will hop into a stream and tell everyone the most bizarre post-coital response she's ever seen from another guy.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Well, there's that.
Yes, the most bizarre post-coital response I've ever seen from another guy, says Nerdvardia. So there's that too. And I kind of want to hear that story, because that sounds really freaking strange.
I wouldn't know anything about this postcoital responses. Been dry for 10 years.
Oh, that's not even remotely fair. You were too awesome to not have somebody in your life.
Shut up, Clarion. Yeah, somebody knows.
Spooky says I should take up playing the ukulele. I told her I have one, but I don't want to trim my nails to play the damn thing.
That's
have
the
a whole
interesting thing. Is
lot of
Hmm?
instruments that I can't really play. I've got several drums, and I've got a bass guitar, and I've got a mandolin, and I've got
Oh my!
just goes on and on. And I buy them, and I want to learn to play them, but then I find out I can't. So
There
the
are
string, the stringed instruments, I don't have enough grip strength in my left hand to press down hard enough on the string. I can't
okay.
do it.
Yeah,
That and I'd have to cut my nails. So.
I have tried to play guitar, and because I have like zero coordination in the left hand here, I end up like strangling the neck of the guitar, and it's not working. That's what
Yeah,
I occasionally think about a left-handed guitar, but then I'm not all that sure that I could pluck the strings with the left hand anyway. So,
right.
no
My,
matter what you do, you've got to have two decent hands to
I
do
can't
that.
play any instrument, but my 5-year-old nephew can play bluegrass.
wow,
Really?
Oh yeah,
wow.
That's awesome.
Nice
he
is
Love bluegrass.
I can play the flute and I can play the keyboard a little bit. I'm not as good at that. I got really rusty on that, and I really kind of like more like the organ. I can play chords with one hand, the left hand, and then I can do melodies and stuff with the right hand. But boy, it's hard to do now.
I'm not musically inclined at all. I just draw characters that make music because then I get to live out fantasies of music, and that's where my talent is making images.
There you go. Your artwork is magnificent, by the way.
Thank you.
I think you're incredibly talented.
yeah,
Thank you.
yes, indeed, absolute. And yeah, I don't know if I can do it anymore, to tell you the truth. I haven't sat at a piano in, oh God, 25 years. So yeah, I could just imagine how I would kill that.
That was
Sometimes I
my
think,
plan. Go ahead.
sometimes I think about getting a keyboard, but where the hell would I put it?
Yeah, that was my plan when my kids all moved out of the house. I was going to go back to my music, and I got out of the hair business, and I was getting ready to pursue more musical stuff and grandkids. So that didn't
What's your favorite
happen.
kind of music?
My favorite kind of music is rock and roll,
Like
and
classic
in
rock
general,
or
any kind of rock and roll. I mean, from the 50s to present day, I can find something I like if it's got a good rocking guitar and a heavy bass, and
rock on?
it jams. I love Neil, the 604 Atheist stuff. Oh my God, he's so
Hmm.
talented.
Yeah, he's got some darn good stuff out there. He
He
has,
rocks. That band is awesome.
He just linked me his stuff. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but I'm going to be
Oh,
listening
seriously, go check
to
it
it
out.
today. Yeah, yeah,
Seriously,
for
it's
sure.
good stuff. And
Nice.
I really, really, really want to get to a point where I can record myself musically.
it's just too bad I couldn't get anything going when I was at uni the first time around. I wanted to form a dance band, but nobody was interested. It wasn't contemporary. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about 30s and 40s here. With a 19-piece band, vocalist, that whole thing. That was my dream.
that sounds
But
awesome, though.
couldn't find. There is a. Well, I don't know if it's still there. I hope it is. Last time I was down there, there was still a group in Atlanta. Uh, that was a dance band manned by some people who were in the bands of the 40s, and some younger folks as well who were there for the love of it. Um, God, they were able to do some decent stuff, some really, really good stuff. I think they were a 20-piece band. And
Uh-oh.
what?
And Scar poofed. There he is.
About that, I must have clicked the wrong thing.
Did you break it? I don't know about you.
I think I accidentally clicked the login button, thinking that
Julie.
hey, maybe I should log in, but I didn't realize it would kick me out of the studio. So.
Hello, Julie. Julie's here. I love me some Julie.
Yeah.
I apologize, Spooky. If I said she, I didn't mean to because I actually know you're a guy. So that's just my mouth does things it's not supposed to, I suppose, occasionally.
I'm not touching that.
Well,
At least you said it, Faye, not I.
well, I mean, the other thing is sometimes it's hard to instinctually see an avatar as masculine or feminine, or especially when it's a very generic. I wouldn't say, I don't mean generic, but a very non-human avatar. You know what I mean? And so sometimes your mind just defaults to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
And the fun part is, I think I've talked about this before, but over the phone, there can be confusion. I mean, even a lot of cis people I know have the confusion going on there, but I am consistently misgendered over the
Mm.
phone, and it's the voice. I know that,
I
but
have the same problem.
it's kind of fun in a way. But then it gets annoying when okay, what is your name, sir? Diana. Okay, sir. Then what we want, like,
They don't even listen, right?
yeah,
Clearly.
room. Oh man.
That's okay.
I have it worse when I go through like the drive-through at the fast food place and you order and they go, "Okay, thank you, sir. Your total will be so 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 and so." And I drive up to the window and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I just laugh. I don't care.
That's
Well,
okay. My grandmother was constantly asked until she was 93 years old, "Can I talk to your parents?"
No, no.
And my mother is nearing 70 and she's still hearing, is your mom home?"
Oh my gosh, that's
My mother says,
fantastic because she got one of
That's
those little
wonderful.
munchkin voices.
and she's like, my mother's dead. And they're like, is your father
Oh,
home?
God.
And she's like, my father's dead. And they're like, do you have an adult present? I am an adult.
Oh my gosh, that's so. Those are hard. Oh my god.
And
Beautiful.
it's if you put us all together, maybe the high pitches will drive you away. But
oh, you sounded almost like lamb chop there for a minute.
oh, yeah. When I was a teenager, I wasn't home. I was at work. My mother answered the phone. It was my boyfriend. He flirted with her for about an hour before she revealed it wasn't me. So yeah, he never did that again.
Definitely not. Oh my, oh my. At least I usually don't do this sort of thing over the phone. I mean, that would be definite misgendering right there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not able to do it as well today as I can other days. I think Faye can attest to this. One of the things I love to do is just switch between vocal ranges on a dime. That
Yeah.
really fucks with people's heads.
I just posted in chat, by the way, a really cool Finnish folk rock band called Korplakani. I think.
Oh,
Ooh,
I started to try to listen to them last night when you shared that, and I about fell asleep. And I'm gonna have to go back and check them out
So that was
later.
Tristania that I posted last night. This is a
Oh, that's a
Finnish
different one.
folk metal, folk rock band called Korpiklani.
Okay. I'll go check
Very
that out.
interesting. It basically means like something like the backwoods gang or something like that.
Okay.
Anyways, they're really interesting. They're weird. They're cool.
Yeah.
and I see that they have nearly 6 million views on this particular thing here.
Yeah.
So they must be catching some attention somewhere.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
going to have to bookmark this and actually listen to it. I love some of the stuff from places you don't often hear.
Yeah.
I have some Russian stuff that's absolutely hilarious. I love it dearly. There's a group called Marfa Itanchiki, which the female lead vocalist does all sorts of vocal flips, and I can't even do it right. Um,
Vivek Steen from Tristania can go from a rather rich, deep, powerful voice to really high, almost shrill and haunting. It's her voice is absolutely incredible. When I think of like what a Valkyrie must sound like, I think of her. You know,
okay, then.
yeah.
And then there's the little one over here who does a lot of singing about
Sylvia.
twice a year. Do something about that. Yeah, you.
I listen to such an eclectic mix of music, all
I
the way.
do.
I mean, I was raised on things like Zeppelin, and it's only blossomed from there.
Oh
Well,
man,
my preference is rock, but I like all kinds of music.
Mhm.
All kinds.
I
I've
actually
been
didn't.
listening a lot to the Hamilton soundtrack, so
Oh yeah, she likes the show tunes. I know
I
you.
do.
I
I really do.
was never very good at singing the show tunes kind of stuff because the enunciation is so important. I mean, all songs you've got to enunciate, but that kind of
Oh,
stuff is
yeah, absolutely.
so pronounced. I was never very good at it.
Well, I like the George the Fourth songs because at one point he's saying things like, "I'll send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love," and then it starts da 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 da, and I'm like, yes. It's a very cheerful sounding song, but if you listen to it, there's a lot of murder in there.
Wow.
A song like that. Have you ever seen the original horror movie, The Blob?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
The
yes.
Yes,
original.
and the opening music, and it's all like happy and cheery, and it's
Yeah.
talking about this blob eating people.
Uh,
It's fantastic.
well, my grandmother's first Broadway show was Sweeney Todd.
Oh,
I'm
Ah,
sorry,
okay.
off Broadway show. Her first off Broadway show was Sweeney Todd, but it was in New York City. So,
nice,
Cool.
very
and
nice.
she always bragged about it.
What? Yogurt Skittles are a thing?
What?
Doesn't
Nerdy says
surprise
he's
me.
eating yogurt Skittles. That must be something over there on the other continent that we just don't know about over here. I would totally eat yogurt Skittles.
Okay, now yogurt is one of the few things I don't relish eating.
But not by itself, no.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a thing.
I love
I know, but I don't
yogurt.
like it by itself. I gotta have some fruit in it, or turn it into a smoothie, or put it on top of a waffle or something.
Apparently, they're called Skittles dips. They're yogurt they're yogurt coated Skittles.
It sounds good.
Yum. Yum 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 yum.
I would totally try that.
yogurt is it's just a little too sour for me. That and my ex would drink buttermilk.
Oh God, with the buttermilk. No.
She had
Blech.
I love
a
buttermilk.
glass at one point. You want a sip? And I had not drunk buttermilk up to that moment, and I never will again. Um, it's just too damn sour. I love cooking with this stuff, but no,
You
thank you.
probably wouldn't like kimchi then.
Would not like.
Kimchi.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Uh,
little sour too.
I
well,
would
there
not like kimchi.
there are certain sours I do like, but the buttermilk has that.
It tastes like tart milk. It's gross.
Yeah,
I
it's
like it.
a special sort of sourness that has, and um, I mean,
My mom used to make us drink it when we would get mouth ulcers. She swore up and down it was good for us to drink that. It would make the ulcers go away. And that was just the grossest stuff. She would
Mm.
make me drink it, like stand over me while I gagged it down. It's like, I hate you.
Yeah, when we were little,
Terrible.
my mom made us take lysine,
Yeah,
and lysine works.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. There
Okay.
was something else she used to give us. Except for
My
yeast tablet or
neighbors
something.
had to drink cod liver oil.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Bleh.
I actually had
Yeah.
to give that to my youngest daughter, and she was born in like 1992. But she had heart problems, and so she was taking Lasix, and it just dried her out so bad she couldn't go. I would
Mhm.
have to give her that stuff, and I just felt like the biggest monster because she was too young for regular laxatives and stuff like that. She was
And
2 weeks,
prune
three
juice
weeks
wouldn't do
old,
it.
huh?
Prune juice wouldn't do it.
Didn't try prune juice. I went. I took her to the doctor. I was like, my kid hasn't pooped for 3 days. She drinks milk, but she had stomach trouble too. It just was she had
Oh,
troubles when she was little, and they like this is probably the only thing you can give her that's actually going to work. She's not going to like it. You're going to have to make her swallow it. I was like, oh god.
see, I used to take cod liver oil pills, but you can't do that with kids.
Yeah, you can't give a
Yeah, sure.
2 week old baby.
You can give kids pills. We gave our kids pills. I had pills. You can teach kids to take pills. We started with you just start small and work your way up. Start with even things like
I'm
we
talking
would
about a
use.
baby, dude, not
Oh
a
well,
kid.
I says these kids. You can maybe not babies, but kids. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kids can learn
okay,
to
I'll
take a
just say
pill. Babies, you can't.
spawn,
Yeah.
or how about human larvae?
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know.
I had trouble getting a 10-year-old to take a pill.
Well, there's a lot of parents who don't teach their kids how to take pills, and there's a big. It's actually rather normal for parents to think that kids, can't take pills, and so there are 10, 11, 12 year olds that are still on liquid medicine, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
like we at the age of probably about 2, we taught the kids how to take pills. We started off with things like Skittles.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
because you don't want to just like give them medicine for no reason, but
Right.
you know,
Here, have some aspirin just for fun.
right?
Rye
it's
syndrome, rye syndrome.
oh man. Apparently, my buddy Mike McDermott, his parents at the when it was bedtime would just give them all cough medicine.
Oh,
Oh God.
Then,
I have given my kids Benadryl on occasion where it's been a day where I know they're all wound up that they're not going to be able to fall asleep for a couple hours or so. No, I
Mhm.
don't dope my kids, but I have been known to give them half a dose of Benadryl just to slow them down a little bit so they can go to sleep. It's no different than taking an over the counter sleeping aid. It's the same ingredient. So I didn't feel too guilty about that. It's not like I
Yeah.
was roofing them or anything.
A lot of parents do.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure.
This
But
was this was a very normal thing though. This was like that's what bedtime was. Is here's your cough medicine. Go to
yeah,
bed.
I would worry that would create addicts later in life.
Well, they were kind of, little bit trailer. Just saying.
I
Yeah.
have a
Okay.
friend who's first generation American and Croatian mother, and
Mm.
uh, we know someone who had a kid and they were teething and lots of crying and no sleeping, and she goes, "What are you doing? Just rub a little whiskey on the
yes.
gums,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and everything is good, and baby
Yep.
goes to sleep. It's all good. Just rub a little."
Oh, actually, especially for teething babies, you get a little tiny bit of rum on your pinky and you just rub it on their gums. It's fantastic. It
Yeah.
Rum,
numbs.
whiskey, vodka, brandy,
Mhm.
whatever you can, just numb that out and let them go to sleep.
Yep, not gonna hurt them any, and then they'll pass out, and it'll fix the pain.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to look forward to getting colds because we'd get a shot of blackberry brandy.
Nice.
Yeah, we would too. But Nana would put a little bit in our tea with a
Okay.
lot of lemon and Drink. What? Just drink. All right.
Yeah, that the cough medicine for me was like a shot of whiskey with some honey and lemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for, I have to find. I remember the very heavily cherry flavored Cherokol.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
trying to
hated that
remember
stuff.
if that contained codeine or not.
I
It
grew up
might
on
have it
codeine.
one time. I know a lot of stuff did that they ended up taking it out of, but excuse me.
Now when I get sick, what I do is I brew myself a nice hot cup of I've got this. It's like a black tea, but it really is it's a roasted oolong tea. We use loose leaf, and
Yeah.
then once I get that nice and hot, I have this German honey liqueur that I'll pour into the tea, and
That sounds
Oh, yeah.
nice.
yeah,
That
that
sounds
You should
is.
very
try
nice.
some. You should try some hot mead.
I love mead, but it's hard to get here in California. But when I move to
What?
Wisconsin, that's gonna be very different.
Okay, because mead is really really nice if you have throat
Oh
issues.
yeah, mead is a wonderful thing, and hot mead
What
Even
is
better,
is mead?
yeah.
What is mead?
Mead is
fermented honey.
fermented honey. Yeah, it's Viking
Oh,
ale.
Yeah,
okay.
it's what
Mhm.
the Vikings would hope for in the afterlife.
Nerdy Rodent says
Ah,
loose leaf
okay.
drinker plus one cool point. Well, thank you. Yes, that's all we drink. And my favorite actually is the roasted oolong with a few rosebuds and a pinch of lavender.
You should try some Saint Germain, even though it's really really expensive.
Well, we do splurge a little on our tea. We just buy in bulk. We go over to there's like a
Hot tea.
Chinese import market
Uh
nearby,
huh.
and we just pick from all the teas that they have there. And we've
You're
got
gonna want to buy as much of that before you move as possible because you're not gonna find good tea anywhere else.
I bet. Well, fortunately, we have found on Amazon we can get the same stuff. It's just more expensive to get it through Amazon than it is here. So we'll probably stock up before we move.
That's a very good idea because you're gonna want to do that.
There's
You're
some
gonna
other
need
things we want
to.
to stock up on here in California before we go to,
Yeah.
But
like,
Saint Germain is
yeah.
something I've only had once because it was a birthday present.
Certain other leaves. Is that what you're talking upon?
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Certain other leaves, yeah.
Yes. That's one thing. I'm afraid to get high anymore.
Yeah.
I quit smoking about 13 months ago,
Yeah.
and I'm afraid that either I'd cough my lungs out,
Well, you
or
could eat it
I would be tempted to go back to smoking. Well, yeah, of
Yeah.
You could
course.
eat it, or you could vape it,
or drink it.
or drink it,
Yeah. Make
or
it some tea.
yeah, yeah. In fact, they've got these drops, and you can put it in coffee or tea or whatever you want, and you don't even really taste it. It just slightly makes things sweeter, and you can get the THC that way.
Yeah, I'm highly allergic to pot.
Mm-hmm.
So, people who imbibe around me usually consume it in food or liquids because that way they're not breathing it on me and I can be hive free.
Right.
There you go.
Of course,
So,
I really
yeah.
couldn't. I really couldn't afford the stuff anyway, as far as that goes.
The only reason why we always have enough pot is every time I go visit my mother, as horrible as she is, I still love her because she's my mother, and she
Whoa.
usually gives me a grab bag of pot.
Okay.
Aww.
Well,
That's great.
something I had to get. Well, maybe your situation is nowhere near this, so I'll give you the benefit of the
Stop.
doubt. But one thing I had to learn was that you don't have to love someone because they're a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
I have a hard time not loving her. I've just emotionally distanced myself in a big way, and more importantly, I've distanced my family from her because I won't subject my family to her.
Okay.
She's hurt my family a lot. She's been really not very cool to my wife. Well, one of the problems is well, she had 3 kids when I met her, and I was very much like, no, these kids are mine. I don't need to have my own kids. I don't need to plant my flag in you. You know what I mean? Like that's not.
Yeah.
I don't have that part of the the male ego. These can be my kids. I'm cool with that. And my mom
Thank
was
you for
not
that.
cool with that.
Oh, what
Wow.
the fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
the female slimy bastard actually gave me that one with after everybody was just about died off. You're the end of the line, looking at me and it's like, well, look, I already had a vasectomy 20 years ago, so shut the fuck up.
There you go. I'm the end of the line, at least genetically, and fuck it, I don't care. I don't care. My legacy is not, my not to be too gross here, but my legacy is not going to be my dick juice. You know what I mean? My legacy,
Right.
yes, my legacy is going to be the things that I taught the kids I consider to be mine. My legacy is going to be the art that I leave in the world, the people that I touch, not physically, but the people that what I mean. I mean, really, that should be our legacy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the big point there. But okay, those two, I had to learn that it was okay to
Get the fuck
hate them
down.
with a passion.
Mhm.
And that I do. I mean, the world is much better without them in it. He died 3 years ago. She died 6 months after that. Yeah, he died September 16. She died May of 17. I didn't find out that the two were dead until October of 17
Oh wow.
because they hadn't spoken. Well, they disowned me 5 years previously. Any guesses as to why?
They were shallow.
They didn't even
assholes.
get to find out that I was lesbian. I mean, trans is enough.
Right. Wow.
Oh shit, man. But yeah, well, and then the entire family dumped me when he was making so much noise. He wouldn't quit. I guess he wouldn't quit bitching and moaning about me. And I got a note from a cousin-in-law at one point with, yeah, you notice we haven't been talking to you very much. We couldn't take it from your father. Well, she used that term.
Mhm.
I discovered that I never had a mother. I never had a father, but that's beside the point. Yes, so it's been years since any of them has spoken to me, and it's kind of nice, really.
Yeah, my father is an even bigger piece of shit than my mother.
Really.
Oh my goodness.
He once told me that the White House is painted white for a reason.
Oh God, no, we're not going there. We're not going to
Yeah.
talk about that here.
Okay.
No.
The
No.
the Christmas presents that I gave him, which included some original art I made no digital copies of. Like that's when I give somebody art for like a gift, I don't make digital copies because that's yours. He sold it at a yard sale.
Oh.
Son of a bitch. And very likely got $5 for it or some bullshit
Yep.
insult like that.
Yeah.
Or at least the person who bought it wanted it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I never knew him, and in my 20s, I finally found him. It's like, hey, let's we spent Christmas. It seemed like he was this really really cool dude, and it turned out no, he was just on his best behavior while we were there, and the moment we left, everything went to hell.
Okay.
Yeah, I do hate some fake ass people.
Right?
I kind of know that feeling because the rest of the family was always giving me a hard time about those two not talking to me. They knew Uncle Ed and Aunt Lil. I knew Mom and Dad. They were not the same people.
Yeah.
So I kind of get that change of personality thing going on there. Um,
Right.
and they will never understand. Well, the other thing, I think, did I mention this morning when we were talking, or was it another time? The rest of the family, I think, regarded the abuse they got as normal and didn't like me because I wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
So
yeah, yeah. Julie
Yeah,
Lavoie,
Julie.
go. Yes, definitely. If you have parents who are just awesome and still awesome, thank them
Yeah.
because there are too many shit parents.
yeah, and well, this is one. I'd say the better part of the reason I am child free, child free by choice. That's redundant. I am without children by choice because I find that takes something really, 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 did I mention really special to be a parent. I didn't have
Mhm.
it, I knew it. Unlike a couple people I could name who actually went out to the baby store and took the kids
Yeah.
down from racks because I want that one. Okay. And this was the interesting thing is they actually went through the trouble of adopting Anne Marie and myself. Um, and you were wanted, and they still treated us like shit. Um, at one point, she took my wife and I, when I was married, aside and told us that it was our duty to have kids. And we both looked at
Yeah,
it.
that was the
We did.
That
sentiment for a
societal
long time.
expectation needs to
Yeah.
fucking die. No, seriously. The way we raise kids growing up, expecting that you will get married and have kids, you know what I mean? That's just what everybody does. That whole idea needs to fucking die. It just
Absolutely.
does.
Well, for some
Absolutely.
people, that's what they want. If
Right.
you're one of those people that wants to grow up, get married, and have a bright picket fence, awesome. It doesn't matter. Everybody does different stuff. Everybody thinks differently, and I don't like it when people tell other people how they should be. You
Exactly.
know,
Well,
don't
those.
tell
Exactly.
me what to do. Don't tell
Well,
me
and
what I should
when you
think. Don't
create
tell
these
me I'm
societal,
atheisting wrong. Don't tell me I'm
yeah,
womaning wrong. Don't tell me I'm humaning wrong.
All I know is 17-year-old girl who at the age of 9 informed her entire family, I do not want children. She's 17 now and she's still saying, I do not want children, and nobody argues with her.
good.
Okay,
Right?
good.
Yeah.
Not one person argues with her. And when I asked her why, she's like, for reasons and reasons and reasons. And I said, okay, just as long as you've got your reasons. And she said, oh, I've got my reasons. And okay, good.
It's
None of
it's a
my
lot
three
more
kids,
acceptable now to not have kids. Thank goodness.
none of my three kids want kids, and they all have damn good reasons for it.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Our Yeah, our middle child, for instance, he said, "No, no, I ended up with cancer, and that is a genetic factor, and I don't want to
Hmm.
pass cancer on to kids, and
Okay.
frankly, I don't have the patience for kids." And it's like,
Right. And
Okay.
that's really all it
perfect,
takes. That really, really special thing you're talking about, Diana, is just patience.
yeah,
If you've got a modicum, and the fact that I think it was, your generation, my generation, and so forth, that the it was what was expected. You had to have children, you had to get married, and that's why a lot of us had rough childhoods because my mom
yeah,
didn't want any kids. My mom knew how badly she was abused. She was an intelligent woman, educated. She was a registered nurse. She knew, but that's what you did.
hmm,
That's what you did. If you were not successful, if you
yeah,
did not have a family, and
you failed at
she,
life somehow.
yeah, I know good and well she didn't never really want us, but I know she loved us in her own twisted, however she could do way. But I know that she didn't really want children in general, and
Right.
she would have never confessed to that. She never told me that outright, but it was obvious,
Kind of obvious. Yeah.
completely obvious.
Hey,
Um,
when I was
but all we were a reflection on her. Period. We
yeah,
were an extension of her. We were not our own things. Anything we did reflected on her, and that's what she cared about. Is how did it make her look?
that's a shame.
Yeah.
And well, the male slimy bastard, he actively hated me from the point where I could have an independent thought, which was really, really interesting in family gatherings.
Yeah, I
Um,
bet.
he'd been known to throw a punch or two at me, and I just wish I could have brought myself to return the favor. All I would do would be to block the punch. I look back at it now, and I just wish I could have laid him out. I mean, that I would have been out of the house immediately, but would have been a lot better than it was. I put up with their shit for 50 years.
My my mother's first live-in girlfriend um, was really hard on me. Um, and it wasn't until a blow up where she actually had coworkers over for a party that she ever finally did something about it, because she got embarrassed by her that she finally did something about it. I mean, she actually broke a banjo over my head. Like like that was my childhood, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah, in front of my mother's coworkers, and that's what finally got her to go. Enough is enough. And it wasn't because she was going to protect me, because this kind of shit had been happening. It happened in front of her coworkers. It embarrassed her. Now something had to be done. Yeah,
yeah, well, that's his whole thing. I'm pretty sure, anyway, of why he couldn't brook me. Um, because his last words to me were, "You humiliate us." And what goes through my mind is that he was afraid that the family was going to talk behind his back about me the way he talked about them and theirs behind their backs. You know, he thought he was going to get some of it back. So
Mhm.
that whole embarrassment and everything else, yeah, that plays a big, big part. Absolutely.
yeah.
Doing little one. Oh, I love the kitty. I love the kitty. I love the kitty.
Now, my wife, when she tells her stories about her childhood, it is so much worse. I mean, I had a rough childhood, but god damn, hers comes right out of some, like, you know, hick based horror story,
Yeah.
like being strapped up in the barn and whipped and shit. Like,
Holy
What?
fuck.
damn,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
crazy fundamentalist Mormons.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Spare the rod, spoil the
So
child.
twisted.
And then she married a Mormon husband who was a real piece of shit. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. But thankfully she is out of all that. All of
Fantastic.
it. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what people can. I mean, truly amazing what people can survive and come out even as a better person for having gone through. And then some people come out worse people for going through the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, they kind of learn how to perpetuate the whole thing. And that was
Yeah.
another a reason that I wasn't tripping over myself to have kids, because I was afraid it would go to either extreme. I was afraid that either I would repeat what I had endured, what my sister had endured, or in compensation, I would be so lenient that the kids would be all fucked up anyway. Uh,
Both valid concerns.
yeah, because I didn't know that I knew how to strike the happy medium.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
think it's good when people realize their limitations. If you don't want children,
Mhm.
don't have them, because that's how you end up with abused kids.
My
Yes.
wife never wanted kids,
Yeah.
and she admits she wasn't being the best, a very good mother.
Yeah.
And so when we got together, and it was very clear I was great with the kids, I stayed home, she went to work. Simple, very
Yep.
simple. You know, she didn't want kids, but you know, she was in a Mormon relationship, and that's how he brought her back every time, you know, shit hit the fan. Is he would knock her up and, oh look, now you can't leave me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Isn't religion grand?
Isn't it though?
Just
I wouldn't know.
Lucky you, Faye. Lucky you, darling. And I'm sorry you have to endure the BS that spills out from it onto our country.
Yeah, for those in the room who don't know, I am an ex-Catholic.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, something interesting came out of it. I mean, when I was an altar boy, yeah, mainly because he was, and I was never molested. And kind of felt left out. You know how it goes.
Hi, Darth Killer.
Oh, what's up, Darth Killer?
Oh my! Hi, sweetness, peace and love, yay!
So we got about 30 more minutes in our fundraiser
Mhm.
stream for this one. Who's next?
No idea.
I don't know if there
idea at
is a next right now. I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone's taken that slot. So if somebody wants to go next,
Well, the
they can go
last
next.
schedule that I saw had your name after mine. So
Oh,
I don't
did
know.
it? So maybe we'll go over to my channel after this.
all.
Okay, but I don't know how recent that schedule is.
And then while we're at it, I might as well help a little bit along with the fundraising. Okay, we're just going to raise some fund. We're
On
all
the way up.
Well done. Well played.
I will never be as good at this as Kate is, but you know, what can I tell you?
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
Apparently, Darth
Anyway.
Killer lives in a Catholic-dominated area.
Oh man, well, I'm in a Catholic theocracy right now. I'm in Pittsburgh,
Oh.
and oh my word, it's definitely Catholic dominated around here. Well, Worrell came out of here. The present day Cardinal Worrell, who's facing a whole bunch of shit because of I would say possible, but I should say very likely involvement with the pedophile ring. That is the Catholic Church.
That is the one type of church I have never been inside or experienced. As far as Christian churches go, anyway, I've not been to, a temple or anything like that. But I have never been in a Catholic church. Never wanted to. Was never interested. It always sounded to me like the silliest thing I ever. Why would you pray to Mary? So what? even the man himself in the book itself says she wasn't nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus himself says she ain't nobody.
Some of the churches,
she's
the building.
so very important. We're gonna pray to Mary. I don't get it.
Some of the buildings are absolutely beautiful, and I do have memories. Some of the rites can be viewed as beautiful. The whole pomp and circumstance and incense and organ music and everything all over the place. Because, well, I predate Vatican II. So I remember the solemn high masses, the whole bit, where it got amazing as far as the formality, as far as the pomp went, but that doesn't make up for any of the other bullshit.
No.
When I always got so turned off by the disgusting display of wealth that these massive cathedrals and all these commissioned famous artwork.
I have mixed feelings about that because they also pushed the boundaries of architecture and art with all of that wealth and showing off.
Yeah, but you got to look at where that wealth came from. It's dirty blood money.
Well, no, you do, but you can't ignore the real social and cultural value of having pushed those boundaries. But you can't. I mean, I'm not saying ignore the horrors that generated those funds, but also don't ignore the real value that pushing the limits of art and architecture had. There were artists who were given, like, Michelangelo. We would
Yeah,
never have the brilliant and amazing works of Michelangelo without the funding of the church.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
True.
He
Yeah.
was a
yeah,
sellout to the church. Yeah.
well, it wasn't just sold out. The rules were you had to paint religious themes at the time. You were not
Yeah.
allowed to paint
Or you didn't get,
non-religious.
yeah, or you didn't get any work either.
No, you
Yeah.
got killed.
Yeah.
You just died. They
Yeah,
killed you.
he really didn't want to do the Sistine
No.
Chapel, but they forced him. He was a sculptor, not a painter.
And if you look at his works all over the place, there are pictures of bishops being like tortured by cherubs and attacked by demons and
Yeah. Yeah.
harassed. He
It's some
actually, there is a
intense
lot of,
stuff.
oh yeah, there's a lot of protest art in his art where he is making fun and poking fun of the leadership of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, uh, that's one of the reasons he holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Oh no, I get why folks love him. I do. I really do.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
kind of stuff. My brain looks at things weird sometimes, and I think,
No, there is something to be said. Like you look at, let's say, the Sistine Chapel. While it is a testament to human achievement of art and architecture, it's also a testament to greed. Here they say they're helping all these people. Well, all these people are starving, and you're lining your buildings in gold.
exactly.
But both can be true. You know what I mean? Both are important. Both can be true. So it's
Yeah, but
kind
I
of
can't give them both the same weight. I personally can't give them both the same weight. I just can't. That's not me.
that's
They can
fair.
they can be both true, but they don't are not equally.
I don't even
They
think
don't
there's a
negate each other. If you
Well, I
get my
don't think they
drift.
negate each other, nor do they play against each other. I don't think that there is. I don't think you can even try to compare them as far as numerical values, right? Like what was more valuable. I think all you can say is that this horrible thing happened, right? This
Mhm.
wonderful thing happened, but they are completely different. They're uncomparable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah, I can only, my brain goes to, I imagine what it would have been like had the church not had to stick their hands in it. What kind of fantastic creations we would have now. What kind of,
We don't know. Maybe we
if
would
we
have
hadn't been
none.
held back so long with their greed and their blood money, then I wonder
Right.
how much more awesome it could have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to really know.
Yeah.
One of the things that uh, when it comes to big projects, right? We're talking about going to the moon, building the Sistine Chapel, building the Colosseum. We're talking about huge civic works that require a lot of people and a lot of talent. Those things usually happen when there's some sort of a hierarchical system that brings a lot of people together, right? That's
Mhm.
just the way it works. We need some sort of a focus to bring a lot of people together. So if it wasn't religion, we would have needed some other force that was saying we need art to enrich our culture. So if you replace the religion, if you got rid of the religion, I think that we would actually be scientifically um, and art and architecturally, we would actually we would have been set back as a culture. However, if you replaced it with something that was uh, equally as interested in these kinds of things without the dogma and the evil, then you've got yourself something that is a force of good in the world.
Yeah.
Well, the
It-
Library of Alexandria is a decent example
Yeah.
of the yearning and
Hmm.
value that people put on thinking. However, it was attacked multiple times until it was no longer viable.
Right.
We
Which
lost
is
a lot of
sad.
yeah,
science.
we
I mean,
did.
we're discovering now that we had steam power in ancient
Batteries.
Greece.
They have
We
batteries in Egypt,
they're
ancient
still
Egypt.
exactly, and they're still trying to figure out like how ancient Roman cement was made because it was that good.
Yeah,
Much better than our cement. So we've lost a lot because of people who are afraid of thinking. I mean, there was a brilliant mathematician. She was female. They skinned her.
yeah. I'm afraid I have to agree to disagree with Ansgar about whether we would have been held back or advanced. I think the church has done
Well, I mean,
harm to society forever.
I do kind of agree with them because, like, if it wasn't for the church investing in art, we probably wouldn't have got it anyway because those were times where people were more focused on war. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, we were also more focused on war and civil unrest because of greed, because of resources, because of the remnants of the Silk Road, because of trade, and religion was used as excuses in order to, make people more violent. However, we could, woulda, shoulda, coulda until the cows come home. We can't remove it. So we can
Right.
look at
No.
beautiful things and say, our bloody history is here. Now let's make something without the blood and the
Yeah.
gods to stand up to time for the future.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
not
one of the
necessarily
things.
saying either one of us is right or wrong. It's two different perspectives on a subject. That's why I say
Exactly.
we can agree to disagree. That's what friends do.
Well,
The PBS presentation that I saw maybe about 30 years ago was entitled The Creation of the Universe, where the presenter compared the accelerator at Urbana Champaign, the University of Illinois, to Beauvais Cathedral. And he made a pretty darn good point. Um, these were the pinnacles of their age in engineering, in science. There were also displays of power in their own ways. Um, so yeah, you've got that thing tying them together.
Mhm.
If whatever I'm saying makes sense.
Yeah.
One of the
Got you.
when I talk to people who have left different faiths, one of the first things I like to ask them is what they miss most about their faith, like what they miss most about the religion, and almost always it's the ceremony.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's the show.
Yeah, and so I think there is. I think we in the secular communities, spread across the digital landscape and in the real world. I think if we would do more to spread secular humanism, if we basically almost like built community centers, like build community centers that put in all of the community and the ceremony and the getting together and the let's start a charity for this cause, or these people are about to lose their home, let's save them, but without the gods, without the dogma, without any of the without any of the bullshit, church without church. I
So
think there's
I
basically,
would
a
not go to an
more
atheist church.
charitable mead hall.
yeah
A more charitable mead hall where people get together and they sing and they have their moment and they commune with each other and they eat with each other and they connect with each other. However, there is no
yeah
God directing anything. It's just the love and affection for their fellows.
right. And then
Yeah.
and then you could have a community garden. You could even do community microbrewing. You could even make cool things and take them to what do you call it, like flea markets and stuff, and raise money for the community, for community enrichment. There's a lot of potential to do something with this, because what church preys on is not faith. What church preys on is our social need as social animals to
Yeah,
have this
yeah.
gathering.
Mhm. And that's what Hammy was taking some pot shots at in an aged article of his. He does all that posting with AIG on Twitter. Um, the one article I saw was he was saying that atheists are as religious as his minions because we do the socializing thing, the Sunday services and all that sort of thing. And the point that I would say he's missing, but he's not missing it. He knows what's going on, but he's perverting. Is that no? It's not the religion. It's the human need for community that's driving that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The one and only thing I miss is the idea, the belief that I have somebody to talk to that could actually help me. Being,
one of my biggest
Sky
misses is
Daddy.
feeling immortal. Seriously.
No, because I was still, as much as I believed and as much as I was in the ministry and as much as I did, I always felt real uncomfortable in church because I never was one to fit into anybody's hall, anybody's clique. Like I'd never fit in anything because I'm kind of spacey and I change my mind a lot, about things with new information. And so I never quite fit, and I always felt forced. And you have to behave a certain way at church, and you have to put on a certain kind of persona. And so I didn't miss that part, but I missed being able to ask Sky Daddy, for a present to help me out in a bad situation, and thinking that he actually might. There was never that for sure, but there was always that, maybe I'm doing this right enough. He'll help me this time.
Yeah. For me, it's definitely the feeling of immortality. No longer feeling immortal sucks.
Well, there's the line from the Star Trek original episode. Immortality consists largely of boredom.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. I can get lost in my own imagination for. I could probably do that for 1,000 years easy, all on my own and not be bored. Now you add my wife into the mix and the way we feed off each other, I'm good for eternity.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, I envy you. I really do. But the one thing that really gets on my nerves is the one that my cousin pulled just a couple of days ago. The puppy mill cousin, for those who know about that story. In response to the progress
out on me again.
Of my kidney disease, it's I will pray for you even when you don't believe. It's like, write a letter to Santa. Okay, that'll do better. You're going to tell me that you're doing that, whether or not I see any benefit to it. It's like, go away, will you? Well, I haven't spoken to her since I did find out that she runs a puppy mill, but it's another story entirely. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Well, for me, that is highly contextual. If they're saying that to get on my nerves, that frustrates me. But when somebody truly believes and they say that to me that kind of touches me. Not because I think the prayer does anything, but it's the same. It's the same thing as me saying, "Oh man, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I hope things get better." Hey.
Hello. I'm in the cafeteria at the Kaiser right now. I got anal probed.
Just in time.
Did you get anal probed?
Boy.
I did.
Oh, jeez.
They banded one of the hemorrhoids. They said they're trying to try that instead of surgery first.
Oh yeah, okay.
Banded it?
They're going to cut the blood and hope it falls off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
rubber band.
It hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it does.
And then in 6 weeks, I go back and they'll do another one, and then another one.
Yay.
Ouch.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
But it's worth all the pain in the world never to have that other pain again.
I hear you. And I'm still jealous. Even if it does hurt, I'm still jealous.
I wish you could get it done, baby.
Oh my goodness. So you got here just in time. We got about 10 minutes left in our stream. So
Yeah.
That's good.
it's
I
very
have to
nice
go to my
see
other
you.
appointment at 3. So
Right, perfect.
This time's the heart appointment, right?
no, I already did that last week. This is the podiatrist.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything on you that is not broken?
It's been a long time since I've had medical treatment, so probably no. When all this is
Yeah.
done, we got to start on dental.
Whoa!
Yeah. If you let it go for a while, it tends to back up, doesn't it? I know that
Yeah.
too. Hey, while you're in there at the podiatrist, see if he can do anything about my Barbie feet.
You got it.
What would he prescribe for a chick whose feet look like a Barbie doll feet?
I wear dentures because I couldn't afford to maintain my teeth. Couldn't afford a dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn dentures since the age of 39.
Jeez.
I had to marry one to get my teeth fixed.
Yeah, I got some tooth issues to get sorted out.
We'll get
Fine.
it done. We'll knock this stuff off one thing at a time.
Oh, but I don't want to. Can't you just wave a magic wand and make it better? Shit, isn't
Sorry,
that what
honey.
religion is for?
You got bad genetics when it came to the teeth.
Yeah. Great genetics everywhere else.
Dave in the chat says, "Oh, phased out for a second. Did she just say she got an anal probe from a podiatrist?"
No.
Okay, then.
There's a name for that, right? Pudding? I don't know.
Yeah, malpractice.
You're right, exactly.
That's
Oh my goodness.
fantastic. To diagnose your feet, I'm going to need you to bend over and spread your cheeks.
All right, y'all, I'm pasting the GoFundMe link one more time.
Thank you.
And all the links that you need are in the description below. For those of you who come and watch this later, look down below the video. The GoFundMe link is there. The PayPal link is there. Ansgar's Twitter link is there. I think the YouTube link is there too. So just go and check it out. Don't forget, we're doing this for a good cause. These two fine people right here.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
Very much thank you.
We've raised a little over half of what we need now, and
Awesome.
yeah, there's a lot of. We haven't even reached the big marathon Saturdays, so
That's gonna be fun.
I know. We gotta come up with some games and some crazy crap to do, and some fun, crazy things to talk about besides anal probing.
Yeah.
I promised I won't dwell on serial killers that long. I promise.
I was not
You better go
dreaming of being a serial killer.
Yes, you were.
God damn it.
When I was little, I looked like one.
Okay, I'll pull the line out again.
That's why my sister wanted to breed me. She tried to.
Oh, God.
Trade jewelry for me. She wanted to get me bred because when I was little, I looked like Mary Bell, the little girl who killed other children.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It is awesome, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
It is.
But she's like, look, it's you. And I'm like, oh no. She goes, we must breed you. And I'm like, no. She goes, we need more lookalikes. I'm like, that's not how genetics work.
And then, of course, there's, let's see if we can do this. Box of Post Toasties found dead. Serial killer suspected. More at 11.
Hey, at least you just looked like a serial killer and your sister tried to breed you. I went to a family reunion and, got picked up on.
Do they still have Post Toasties, Diana? I haven't even heard those two words together in so long.
I remember the Post Toasties. I most certainly do. I'm old.
Oh my God. I'm not that far behind you because I remember Post Toasties too.
I prefer finely aged like wine.
Okay, the font of all knowledge puts it, Post Toasties was an early American breakfast cereal made by Post Foods. So
It was their answer to Kellogg's cornflakes, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was originally sold as Elijah's Manna around 1904 until criticism from religious groups and consequent loss of sales led to a change of name in 1908.
Well, thank
As of August
goodness.
2016, Post Toasties are listed as discontinued on the Post Foods website. Okay, fine. Now, I remember the Post Toasties. What else do we have?
I
There was-
remember grape nuts.
Yeah,
I get grape nuts. Grape nuts are good.
with
I like them hot with some cinnamon on
what
them.
the hell was his name? Did you know that you can eat a pine tree?
Oh,
That's
Bill Gibbons. Yep.
yeah. And,
What?
Yeah.
He used to be the spokesperson for grape nut cereal. He was a nature boy. And
Oh,
he would be
God.
the commercials were him standing out in the woods with like a pine twig or something in his hand. And it was always something like, oh, the most natural or whatever. He never actually said I would eat a pine tree, but that was that's what came out of that. Like we have memes now that twist
Oh,
what it was.
wow.
So yeah, he was the guy that would eat a pine tree. Even my dad used to say that. Oh, you Gibbons, he'd eat a pine tree.
I hate to interrupt, but did you know that Eddie Money died?
yeah, I saw that earlier today.
No, I
so
didn't.
sad. That is the
Wow.
worst. I loved his stuff.
I did
I had to
too.
think for a while to remember who the hell he was.
2 tickets to paradise.
Yeah,
Won't you pack your bags? We'll leave tonight. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Yes, that's one of my favorite songs. And I'll tell my husband, you're going to take me somewhere tropical one day, and you're going to tell me because you're going to play that song.
Yeah.
That's how I want you to tell me I have tickets to go somewhere
and then
tropical.
when you get to the tropics, it'll all be underwater. But that's beside the point.
I'm
Oh,
hoping I
God.
get to go somewhere one of these days.
You're
Oh,
talking to
okay.
someone who's 70% of my family lives on the coastline,
Oh, shit.
whether Pacific or Atlantic.
The
Yeah.
closest to tropical I've ever been is Corpus Christi, Texas. So.
Oh,
I want to go to
man.
Fiji. Fiji has all the best pictures when I see calendars with like island pictures on it. Fiji's pictures are always just the best pictures. I want to go there.
Well, whatever you do, if you stay in a hotel, you make sure you tip well.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh yeah.
we knew people who
They
came
got
home,
home.
got
No. They came home and processed all their pictures, and they got their pictures. You know, you could get them in the back when it was still on film. You know,
Yeah.
you get them in a little package. They opened them up, and they found about 8 pictures of all of their toothbrushes stuffed up the maid's ass.
yep.
Yep.
Don't be an ass to your mates.
Oh my God! What is wrong with people?
Right.
Holy
You
crap!
would think
I
they
just
would
want to
have
know what they did to the maid.
What the hell is wrong with the maid that she would agree to such a thing?
No. This is what she did while they were away because they didn't tip her well.
That's what I'm saying.
And
What
she
a
took their
sick-ass
camera
piece of
and took
crap.
pictures of it so that when they got home, they would realize that they'd been brushing their teeth.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
just don't understand why somebody is that horrible. Like, big
Some
deal. They didn't tip you. Get over it. Fuck that.
I don't know if the tip is like 99.44% of your wage, then maybe you
That's
do have.
not an excuse to be a shitty human. Just because someone else is a shitty human does not mean, oh, I'm going to be a shitty human too now.
And make your toothbrush
Wait a minute, that's
shitty
my
toothbrush.
excuse.
I don't get that. It's like, you can be shitty all you want. I'm going to stay over here and do me. I can call you a shitty person all day long, but that doesn't mean I have to be one too. I can't. That's just wow. I would
Yeah.
sue somebody for that. I would be fit to be tied.
Well, and here's the thing: if you are only a nice person when people are nice to you, then you're not a nice person.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well-
that doesn't. Yeah, that's. I'm not a revengeful kind of person, so.
From what you told me about those people, babe, they probably courted it pretty hardcore.
Yeah. not good people.
Yeah.
Couldn't have happened to nicer people. How about that?
Well, there you go. I don't believe in karma, but then sometimes I'm not sure.
All you have to do is type in instant karma on YouTube, and
Mhm.
you might just be convinced.
No, I'm
Just
not gonna.
almost. Just almost.
What's that whole thing? You reap what you sow.
It would be awesome if it was real. It would be awesome if that was true. It would
Yeah,
be
but
awesome.
it's
Would.
not.
That would be a nice sense of justice, but it's too bad
Well,
it's not real.
if it were real, my ex would have been hit by lightning in the nuts multiple times by now.
Right? Mine too. Both of them. Especially the first one. He would have already had like gnats eat his eyeballs or something if there was any justice in the universe.
Right?
Aww.
Maybe a
For
little case
sure.
of incurable terminal flaming crotch rot.
Yeah, that would be nice. Fun to witness. All right, guys, it's top of the hour. So I think Ansgar's next.
I
Y'all
think
hop over there.
so. Yeah.
Put
Give
your
me
YouTube link.
10.
Give you a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 10, 15. But here, let me get you at least my channel link. I
Yeah,
don't have
pop the channel link in the thing, and that way everybody knows where to go.
Yeah.
And
We
I'll
can take
share
that
it
in a
out.
number of ways.
I'll do my
And
best to pop in.
just remember, if you can't give, you can always promote. You can always signal
Yep.
boost. You can
Yep.
always share, and it all goes for good. Every effort adds up.
And if you've got a rich
Yep.
uncle, give him a call.
Kindness is contagious. That's the thing we want to escalate. Kindness, not
Yes.
the negative stuff. The
Yeah.
kindness we want to make contagious.
Accent.
Yes.
Yes.
Positive and eliminate the negative.
There you go.
And please, if you do donate, please allow us to give you raffle tickets. We want to give away fun stuff.
Yeah, take the
Yeah,
damn
pe-
tickets. Well, yeah.
People donated it to make sure that other people got some joy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it makes it more fun.
I agree.
Definitely.
Well, thank you to Lavender Lady, to Wonder Lady, to Ansgar, and to Growly. Bite.
Yay.
I love you all tons and bunches. And come visit me on my channel anytime.
Will do.
Will do. This is always a blast. I mean, I've gotten to talk to you 3 times now. It's been
I
awesome.
know. And we're way more alike than we're different, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
It,
We're both weirdos.
Exactly. Weird
Yeah.
is good.
Works out
All
very
of
well.
Normal
forever.
people scare me.
Exactly. Weird is good.
Yeah, normal
I
people scare me
surround
too.
myself with weird as much as possible. Yes.
Nadine says, don't take raffle tickets for the X-Files poster because Josiah wants that one.
Oh yes. Josiah's got his knife out. He will cut you if you did on the X-Files.
That's right.
Well, Kylie Bear
Ask the
is
bird,
hard
they'll
and
tell
heavy.
you.
Oh yeah, Kylie Bear's out after the music suite big time.
And she
I
has
know.
actually threatened to cut people.
Oh, if I had the money, I would try to outbid her.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I would too. I would
If I didn't need the money and had the money, I would try to outbid her. That is
Right.
awesome.
I'd
All right,
be trying to
guys.
outbid people for your art.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody in the stream. I love you guys. Y'all come back and see me again.
I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Bye, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Troops. See you on the other side.